We're wrapping up the end of the year. Kick it.
We are Brian's Funhouse. No one likes the Brian's Funhouse. Let's go Brian's Funhouse now.
Hey, thanks for clicking on this video. Thank you for spending some time with me. We're going to do a year-end video, show you all the new vinyl I've got within the last few months and other things. We'll get to that free record giveaway really quick. Thank you for all that's have liked and comments throughout the year. 2024 was a fun year. I put out like a video a week on the Brian's Funhouse channel. The most popular video was called "What Records Are Really Selling For." It had a little over 2,000 views. Of course, my videos don't get a lot of views, 100 or so. I'm always happy with anything over 100, and it's just fun to do. So I appreciate everyone checking out the videos and stuff. For Christmas, my wife got me a few cool things that I wanted to show off. Banana Splits. I don't know if you're familiar, cartoon show, real live action. They wore these weird suits in the 60s and 70s, Banana Splits, of course 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, had a great theme song and all that. She got me the club membership book. I used to watch that as a kid. She also got me this arcade front, of course my real gig, 9 to 5. You don't do YouTube full time? No, I don't. It's taking care of animals. So she got me this tiger thing in the middle. This is the arcade marquee. It's got a rhino here and an elephant here. And of course, I just like old graphics. I don't know if this is from the 80s, 91. So kind of influenced from the 80s, you might say. So I like, I don't know what I'm going to hang it up somewhere. Somewhere I'm going to hang it up. I bought myself Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy. I don't buy a lot of these action figures anymore because they're awesome. Reaction and Super 7, they do a great job with them, but I just don't have any room. But I bought Phil because he's cool, and of course Bon Scott. That was my Christmas to myself. Oh yeah, and I got this nice alarm clock with the Black Hawks on it, which should be on sale because the Hawks are having such a horrible season. They should put every Black Hawk related thing on sale. I think that's from the 80s. I don't know. So yeah, free record giveaway. This record came out a few months ago on streaming and CD. Finally got the vinyl in. Hopefully I can interlay some music for you here and not get sued myself. It is from the band I am drumming in for the last 2 years, Space Age Zeros. This is our debut record. And what I'm going to do for you, the viewer, if you like pop punk and indie rock, oh, even signed the insert, look at that. Came out in blue vinyl. This is our debut record. We're already working on a song for the next one. Came out on Mystic Records. You see they have a long history of punk rock stuff on Mystic Records. But anyway, if you go to, I'll put the link down here, Bandcamp, you can kind of like get a feel for the music if it's something you want. Just leave a comment on this video, and when I put up my next video, which will be about a week or so, I will look at all the comments. Could be a few, who knows, and I will pick randomly with a comment picker someone that's going to win this album, and I will ship it out to you, USPS Media Mail. If you're in Canada, yeah, I'll ship it there too if I happen to pick a comment from the UK or Canada. It'll be more expensive, but hey, I'm rich. But yeah, you win this record, Space Age Zeros. It's good stuff. I like it. You should always be proud of your own music and happy to contribute and to the world of rock, to the history of the greatest form of art ever, rock music. Screech and Weasel, one of my favorite punk bands. They're still going strong. I'm going to see them in 2025. My next video will be the greatest concerts I saw in 2024. To preview for you. But yeah, 2025, I already have some great concerts I'm going to see. I'll talk about that in the next video. This one's going to be long enough. So Screech and Weasel, a punk band, they put out a split, or a 2-song 7-inch rather, on red and green. I like the color red a little more than green. And they have a song called Christmas Eve and then a song called New Year's Eve. Snotty pop punk, just what I expected from Screech and Weasel. The iconic logo there of the weasel. But yeah, it was good stuff. So I bought that 45. Also in the 45 world, although 2025 may be the year that I purge like 80% of my 45s because I'm just not listening to them. So might as well let other people have them. Peter Criss, You Matter to Me. This is one of the original pressings. I think they redid all 4 of these singles, one for each Kiss character, for a recent reissue thing. But this is an original one, and it has a mask, and I'll show you. It's kind of cool. I think it's on green vinyl too. Now Peter Criss, of course, solo albums is number 4. It goes, of course, Ace, Paul. Paul's got a great solo album. Then Gene, then Peter. Got the green there. And the cool thing is the mask. Now these, of course, kids probably wore and beat up, so it's nice to get the OG mask in here. Look at that. Peter Criss, everyone. Peter Criss! drums. So yeah, You Matter to Me and Hooked on Rock and Roll. I think Peter, I don't know what, he just, his songs were good, but when you put them up against that Ace Frehley and Paul Stanley solo albums, they weren't, I guess, as catchy. But yeah, it's still fun, and the artwork is iconic. And for any Kiss fan, you want to get as much Kiss stuff as possible, and you never will, unless you're a trillionaire, because there's so much Kiss stuff. The kings of merchandise, I say. All right, let's go to full lengths. I went to 2 record stores with Oak Park Records in Oak Park, Illinois, about 15 minutes away from me. Alan and Oak Park Records has been there for a while. Great place. Always can find a few things there that I like. Also, I checked out this store. The storefront, rather, had We Buy Records for longest time. A huge sign. I want to say like 2 or 3 years. It was a long time. And I'm like, okay, he buys records, but I'm not really selling any records. But then, finally, they opened up a store. They're only open like a few times a week. I'll just post like a few hours here on a Tuesday or Saturday. And I went in there, small room, but jam-packed with great stuff. And here's the kicker. His prices, hold your seats, are slightly less than what you would find on eBay. So he's going less. He's selling product. He's moving records in and out of that store, CDs in and out of that store. Why? Because he's not, someone on eBay has this listed for 28, let me put 30. No, he's listing under. He wants to get rid of inventory. A great store. And I hope to go there as much as my schedule will allow me, because like I say, he's only open a little bit here and there. But I went to We Buy Records in, I think it's in Westchester, Illinois. Yep, great, had a great time. He probably has a strict few clientele that know exactly when he's getting albums. So anyway, one of the latest things I bought is a record, Bloodsport. And this is a punk band. This came out in '85. This is their one and only kind of full length. It has Joe Haggerty on drums. And if you're familiar with Pegboy from the Chicago area, a great punk band. Joe Haggerty plays in Pegboy. Of course, brother to John Haggerty, a guitar legend in the Chicago area. But yeah, Bloodsport, very good. It's like 80s punk. Not like 80s hardcore. It's just straight 80s punk. It's really good stuff. Came out in '85, Bloodsport. You could probably find it on eBay and all that stuff. Next up is Brutus. Brutus is one of the bands I saw at Riot Fest, and they were one of the bands I didn't know of. And I went to Riot Fest, which is a 3-day outside music, big, huge thing here in Chicago. This is their second album. I picked this up from 2019. I have their third album, but I found this at the store, so I wanted to get this. This is from 2019. Brutus, female drummer and singer who is phenomenal. It's like progressive heavy metal, kind of, but from Europe with that tinge. I don't know, I'm just trying to describe it to people. Genesis. Now, before I show this Genesis album, I'm showing it right now, I want to mention, if you go to YouTube, which you're on right now, look up Drumeo Phil Collins. Channel Drumeo, that features drummers and stuff, did a great hour-and-a-half look, or 2 hours maybe, of Phil Collins as a drummer. I mean, as a person, but as a drummer. The guy is pretty sad. He can't play drums anymore. He's gotten old enough to where his health is an issue, though he can't perform anymore. But you forget, a lot of people that grew up with Phil Collins as this 80s singer of some hit songs, some cheesy songs from soundtracks, etc., forget the fact that the guy was a monster drummer, phenomenal drummer. This is his first time singing with Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. A Trick of the Tail. This is, let me see my cheat sheet. 1976, this is their 7th album. Like I said, the first one that after Peter left, Phil's like, hey, let me try these vocal things. And it's a good album. I'm trying to get into old Genesis a lot. Because as I grew up, you heard the 80s stuff, all the pop songs. Trying to get to another thing. I was so out of order here. This year-end party, I had all year organized for my year-end party. And here I am, disorganized. Everything's all over the place. It's anarchy in the UK. Alkaline Trio. Big pop punk band from Chicago area. Started, I don't know, 97, 98-ish. They just grew, and now they're huge. They did all the Warped tours way back when. They're still going strong, releasing an album every year or two. Great stuff. This is a compilation from when they were on Asian Man, and it's like all the songs that were like unreleased or on 7 inches or stuff, tracks that they all compiled on one. I bought the CD when it came out, but this is on vinyl. This was Christmas sales. I'm trying to so I seemed cool, like, oh, I didn't really want this, but it was on sale. Well, whatever, I bought it, I'll own up to it. Avril Lavigne, she's now 40. If you want to feel old, remember that little girl singing a little complicated song? She looked 12, although I think she was like 17 at the time. Like this little 12-year-old kid singing songs on the pop charts. That little kid is now 40 years old. Avril Lavigne. I would describe her as pop rock. I know she gets the punk tag. People into punk rock know damn well she's not punk rock. She's just a pop star, but it's catchy stuff. This is kind of like her pop punk kind of album. This is the one that she just released. It's her 7th album from 2022, so it's her most recent one. It's called Love Sucks. I spun it once. It's fun. It was on sale. It was only like 12 or 10 US. So yeah, why not pick it up? It's catchy stuff. It's got a Blink-182 guy, Mark Hoppus, is on a song. So it's just fun. That's what she looks like now. All grown up. Good for you, little Avril. Next up, I have Killing Joke. Found this at Oak Park Records. It said slightly scratched or slightly warped, something, but it's fine. Plays fine for me, so I'm glad I got it at a good price because I got it about half of what the app was saying it should be worth. Killing Joke, this is, looking at my cheat sheet, their 7th album from 1988. A lot of Killing Joke fans will call this like the 80s pop synth album kind of a feel. I liked it. Yeah, it really doesn't hit you as hard as a lot of their other stuff, their early punk stuff, and later when they went more like electronic kind of harder stuff. But yeah, it's still outside the gate. Like I said, their 7th album from 1988. It's good though. I kind of like it. I'm trying to collect all Killing Joke, so I needed that one. For many years, my friend Mark had it in his house. He had an original pressing, and the cover always appealed to me, and I heard they were in Hanson Brothers singing about hockey and punk rock. Loved the Hanson Brothers. And then first time I listened to this, I just couldn't get into it. I knew it was good. The musicianship was great. It was good punk rock, alternative rock, but I just couldn't get into it. And to find an original pressing was getting really expensive. So out of nowhere, they kind of put out this record store edition Solid Red talking about No Means No from Canada. The album is wrong, and I'll tell you, now that I've aged like fine wine, this record is awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Musicianship. It'll take a few plays. It's more complicated than like Ramones punk rock or Clash punk rock. A little more complicated than that, but it is fun stuff. No Means No. I'll show you the red vinyl. Beautiful album. It's just a cool artwork. I love simple, what is that, 3? So you have black, white, and red coloring. I love simple artwork that just hits you. Look at that red vinyl. Good stuff there. So yeah, No Means No. When did this come out? This was their 4th studio album at the time. It came out in '89. Same year I graduated high school. And I'll tell you, when I was graduating high school, I was in like Faith No More, Jane's Addiction, Rat, AC/DC, so I wasn't listening to No Means No, but now I can listen to them. I went on the Discogs app, and every once in a while I'll order from them. I usually just find stuff at stores or at sales, in the real flesh. And then after that, I will order a little bit from eBay, tiny little bit from Amazon. I usually order CDs from Amazon. Not vinyl, and then a tiny bit from the Discogs world. And this guy in the UK had a bunch of Love Hate. The singer, Jizzy from Love Hate, he does a YouTube channel. I'll plug that somewhere. I'll put a picture. Subscribe to that. He tells you stories of the whole Sunset Strip in the 80s, and it is awesome. The guy has a knack for just telling stories and just having a rant, like a 10 to 15 minute rant on YouTube. That's really good, unlike what you're watching here. Love Hate, Blackout in the Red Room. This was a band from the LA Strip. This came out just after a lot of the Strip was big. Had they come out at the same time as Crew and Rat and all that, I think they would have been just as big. But unfortunately, probably recorded in '89, came out in '90. People were kind of more into the alternative indie stuff, and then these guys got pigeonholed. That was a big mistake we did. I liked all kinds of music, and I didn't care. I fell for it a little bit, but not too much. But people were really like, oh, since we like this, we can't really like that. I don't think it's so much more nowadays with kids growing up, but yeah, when I was a kid, even if you liked heavy metal, You either had to like thrash or that poser hair metal, or if you liked rock, you had like harder rock, not soft rock. I mean, we categorized everything because the album labels were categorizing and trying to sell us stuff into categories. Because God forbid you just think for yourself. God forbid you think for yourself. Anyway, Love Hate, Blackout in the Red Room, one of my favorite records of all time. Just raunchy rock and roll. Love it. Finally got the picture disc here. It's a 5-song picture disc, a 5-song from the album there. And that came out in the UK only, so that's why I had to order from there. And a 12-inch single. In the States, we had 7-inch singles. Love the 12-inch singles from the UK of She's an Angel. It says something about a poster. I don't know if this actually... I met all these guys at the Thirsty Whale when they were on the tour for their first album. And they were all really cool. I got them to sign an 8x10 and stuff. I'll show that. I can show that in an overlay. But yeah, so it comes with a poster. There you go. And like I said, they just never found the big time fame. But Jizzy Pearl currently sings for, he was singing for Rat for a tiny bit, but he's been singing for Quiet Riot now for a long time. And I believe Rudy Sarzo and the boys in Quiet Riot are letting him do like a song or two from Love Hate. And I believe he's going to reform Love Hate just with him and other people playing the songs sometime in 2025. This is another Love Hate 12-inch single for a Wasted in America and Evil Twin. 2 songs on one side. Yucca Man and Spit on the other side. But yeah, this is from their second album. Good stuff. Alright, let's get back. Oh, you classic rockers are lost. What is he talking about? No means no. Love Hate. Talk us more about Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and bands like that. Well, here you go. Rolling Stones. Metamorphosis. I found this at the We Buy Records store. Always loved the artwork. My brother, one of my brothers growing up, when I went to his house, he used to have this album lying around. Artwork was always fascinating to me. So here we are. I bought the repress. This has songs from 64 to 70. This came out in 1975, so it's compilation. The Stones have a few good like compilation albums of like earlier works, but yeah, I really like it. It's the bluesy kind of era of the Rolling Stones. It's a great cover, like I said. Also from We Buy Records, found this Sham 69 album. I do have a 7-inch single of song from this. Always wanted the full length, but usually had to import it, and I just don't want to pay that much for mail services. This came out in 78, and check this out. This is their first album, Sham 69, great rock, punk rock band. Came out in 78. It is still sealed. Yeah, still sealed. Are you going to open it? Yeah, I'm going to open it. That's what I do. I play music. I don't know if people that still... I mean, yeah, I could try to find like a crap copy to play and try to sell this on eBay, but I just don't... No, I'm eventually, after I listen to all their stuff, and this is its turn for this one, yeah, I'm opening it up, and we're going to play it. Shrink wrap means it's open. You could smell 1978 when I open it, because the air is from 1978. It probably smells weird. Oh, speaking about eBay, you know, I have a lot of crap around the house. No, really? Yeah, I do. And I brought a bag full of stuff to Salvation Army, like clothes and like spatulas, stuff like that. And I always see these YouTubers that go into like a Goodwill, Salvation Army, places like that, resale shop, and they find stuff and they flip it and they make millions of dollars. And I'm like, that is never me. A, because I don't really want to flip stuff. Is whatever. If I want to buy it, I'll buy it for myself. But I'm like, what the hell? I'll try. Kid you not, one of the first shirts I look at in the men's section was a black t-shirt for a Crew 1987 Girls, Girls, Girls original concert t-shirt. It was $3.99. So yeah, I'm like, hell, I'll buy it. Now I can flip it, buy or get some cash and sell some or earn some cash to purchase some albums. And I'll show. I forgot what it sold for, but I'll show you here. That's selling. So yeah, that's my big flipping experience for 2024. Skinny Puppy, of course. A few videos ago, I met the singer Skinny Puppy. Got that video hot on YouTube. This is their 6th album from 1990, same year that Love Hate was putting out that album. This is Too Dark Park. When this came out, I bought it on cassette, and it was scary industrial rock. That's what I'll tell you. And now it's scary rock on vinyl. I believe this is a reissue though. Yeah, it has to be. So yeah, Skinny Puppy there. Growing my industrial rock collection. Just a few more. Got Smashing Pumpkins. Argor, I don't know. Just name your albums like Smashing Pumpkins 2 or 3. Help us out. These crazy names, Mr. Billy Corgan. Agora Amora May. Agora More Me, whatever, their 13th album that just came out in 2024. They released it, I think, streaming only in August, and now they put out the vinyl. Why don't you have the cover? Well, YouTube viewers, I purchased the expensive one that comes like this and has a 7-inch, but the cover is signed, and I'll show you a video of it as I'm talking right now. So I got signed cover, so I have it framed. This is the 7-inch. Let me break in here. This is a 7-inch. So I have it framed, and I put it with all the other framed stuff in the funhouse here. But yeah, I've spun it twice, and it's growing on me. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a throwback to the early Pumpkins. It still sounds like current Pumpkins. I wouldn't say, oh, this is like Siamese Dream. No, you can still tell it's Pumpkins nowadays with a harder rock kind of edge sound, because last thing prior they did to this was that opera that I still haven't gotten into. I've played it a few times, a few things here and there, but yeah, so I love the Pumpkins. I'm glad to have that. Another album I got with the Avril Lavigne album to prove that I was a cool guy. The guy reading the slip like, oh, this guy's ordering Avril Lavigne. Well, I also ordered this with that sale. Testament. Limited to 1900, pressed on orange vinyl. Orange is the most heavy metal of all colors. Testament. This is their 13th album from 2020. Chuck Billy and the boys are still going strong in the heavy metal world. Of course, you love Testament if you love heavy metal. Then TNT on the other side of heavy metal was called the glam rock, the hair rock, all that kind of stuff. This is only their 5th studio album from 1992. They had a lot of albums before this. They were played on Headbangers Ball MTV, the song 10,000 Lovers. That was from 2 albums, I believe, prior than this. But this is Realized Fantasies from 1992. And it is good pop heavy metal. It is good, catchy heavy metal stuff. Tony Harnell, forgot how to say his name. Fantastic singer. He's still going strong. Still has his good vocal cords. But he was an American singer thrown with all these dudes from Norwegian, somewhere. I'll put up where they were from here. But somewhere else. And it's a good album. So if you like pop heavy metal, of course, you know, you got your Crew, your Poison, your Rat, all those bands, quite right. But you haven't heard of TNT, well, check TNT out. I'm sure if you like that genre, you know TNT. So finally bought that on vinyl. Well, that is it. Let me know in the comments below. Of course, just say anything in the comments below, and you'll be entered to win that Space Age Zero album. And I hope everyone's had a great year, and I hope everyone will have a great year. Thanks for watching.